Well, this is the door release unit Mark II, and we've got a little bit of Pandora, Pink Floyd playing in the background. I thought, why not? Anyhow, the case arrived today, and I discovered, quite handily, that the depth of the unit, let me see if I can get my hand, whoops, the depth of the unit was just a little less than the height or the depth of the case. So what I did was add these little standoffs, if the thing will stay still, these little standoffs, 6 of them that hold up the megaboard and display, to make it fit properly. While I was at it today, I mounted the RFID card just a knot higher. So now it was really close to the height of the mounts. So in other words, it will be close to the actual key cards that need to be scanned. So it turned out quite well. Now, as I've said before, that's my glass of wine. As I've said before, I actually hate working with plastic. But this is the case. I've got to tidy up the holes. But the nice thing about it is, all I have to do is grab hold of the unit, drop it into the case, and as you can see, it's just the display that is above the top of the case. Then when I get the lid, which I've already cut a hole in to the best of my abilities with plastic, I can just line the case and the display up, and then line up the case so that it fits nice and tight. And that's it, I think. Now, for the sake of sanity, I'm going to pop a couple of screws in it, just so that it keeps it together. And again, this is the task of doing things with one hand. Where's it gone? There it is. Make sure it's down. Grab the handy dandy little screwdriver. Screw it in. Screw it in. Come on. Screw it in, and finally screw it in. So now it fits very neatly into the box, and you can see the display just sticks out an itty bitty bit. Now I've gone around the edge of the, oh, look at that, there's me. I've gone around the edge of the display with a black felt tip marker to try and camouflage the white edge of the display. Now for the tricky bit, trying to plug it in as usual through the hole. Try and find the socket wherever it is. There we go, and that case isn't on properly. There it is. just tighten up that case a little bit more because it wasn't totally done. There we go. And here we are, all set to go. Now, I'll touch the screen to get to the readies. Here we are, all in its nice little box. Back off a bit. Red light saying can't go. Now if I touch the screen, green light. And if you listen closely, you could have heard the relay switch out. And that relay, of course, is for the door open solenoid. Now I grab my keys, which is the keys I'm using. This is the PIC, as they call them, RFID tag, that I'm actually using currently for the Mark 1 front door system. Now if I point the camera towards the hole, this hole here that the LED shines through, and just see how far away I can be before the sensor picks me up. But my thumb's over the hole. There it is. Unfortunately my thumb was over the hole. So let me try approaching from the other angle. Okay. It's all timed out. Now I start to go near it. There we go. Now look at the distance. That's going to be, what, a good inch away? So that's more than enough to get through the glass of the front door. And then this little unit will just sit on the inside. Now, as I've previously mentioned, this particular touchscreen LCD doesn't give me the option software wise to control the backlight. So unfortunately the backlight is just on. Now I don't know how long it's going to last, but I guess we'll just wait and see. And there it is. Door open, come on in. So the Mark II is definitely a nicer, smaller unit, and it has all its new cool bells and whistles like a touch screen, and in a very nice little case. And because I added those extenders, it fits snugly and doesn't rattle around, because it just turns out that with those extenders the bottom of the unit sits snugly against the bottom of the case, and the top, or the lid, fits snugly around the display. So that's really cool. That's all.